Good morning, everybody. A little bit of a different environment for me today, but yeah, I'm always going to try my best to get the room mill out. And yeah, I am here in a little bit of a different setting, but I hope you're all doing fantastically well on this gloomy Friday morning in Yorkshire, or wherever you are in the world. I'm sure it's sunnier where you are. But listen, we've got some rumours on the mill today. We've got a few things to chat about. But before we start, guys, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Simple question, what are you doing? If you haven't liked the video, do us a solid. Please like the video, and we've got some Leeds content coming up for you today, of course. Now, the big news today is Vålerenga star Kristoffer Klaesson. It looks like he is going to be signing for Leeds United today, hopefully, from what we've heard. It's going to be a good signing. Listen, if it's not done today, then it's going to be done in the next couple of days. But a medical's undergone. It's already been and gone. And yeah, listen, it's going to be a top signing for Leeds United. As I've said, it's the competition element of it, which I'm excited for. Illan Meslier is going to be pushed on to even greater things, in my personal point of view. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I think he's seriously going to be even better than he was last year. I think that's obvious, because this kid who's coming in has already had 50 senior appearances at a professional level. And he looks extremely good from what we've seen so far. Obviously, his highlight reel in the past couple of games haven't been great. But, you know, the reason behind that's obviously because he's got his eye on Leeds United. Don't be worrying. It's not a Spilvestri. It's not a Kiko Casilla or anything like that. Don't you worry about that. I think he's a solid keeper. He's a decent keeper. Leeds have done some great recruitment there. So, yeah, I think the big thing is Leeds have got that position sorted. We've needed that position sorted for me for 2-3 years. We've got it sorted, and yeah, a little bit of an exclusive. I think Leeds will be signing him today. So this video might even be titled "Leeds Sign Kristoffer Klaesson," but no, I believe that is going to be unveiled today. Great news for Leeds. We've got another one sorted. Some mad news, really. So we're talking about Conor Gallagher, and I've not really spoken about it on the channel in terms of him rejecting Leeds, but it looks like not only has he rejected Leeds United, but he's actually been to Ellen Road, seen everything round there, had a little bit of a tour, and it looks like he's actually gone to Leeds. We heard this with Matej Vidra as well years and years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. He'd been to Ellen Road and he snubbed us, and it might have been for West Brom or something like that. But he's done the exact same. It looks like Conor Gallagher's actually been to Ellen Road, according to some very, very good sources in the game. And he's looked around, seen what's about. He's met Bielsa, apparently, met all the staff, and he snubbed us. So clearly, you know, Patrick Vieira has done some job in convincing him that, you know, Crystal Palace is the way forward. But fair play. But I just... Listen, with Conor Gallagher, we've spoken about it before on the rumour mill. I don't get it. I don't understand the loan to buy thing, and that never stood for me. For Palace, I think he's going to play every single week. For Leeds, he simply doesn't play every single week. And this isn't bitterness. This isn't lemons. I said this on the rumour mill before. I don't see where he plays week in, week out. Like our midfield, for me, if you've got Stuart Dallas, Rodrigo in there with Phillips behind, that's a better midfield. Unless, I mean, what's the equivalent? You're taking Stuart Dallas out, who's got better numbers last year than Conor Gallagher ever has in a season, you know. So I understand that he's not played in the Premier League frequently, Conor Gallagher, but I think Stuart Dallas in his first season in the Premier League, from where he's been at to where he is now, deserves a year in the Premier League in central midfield, which for me is his position. It could be his, you know, position going forward. And I think that's why we're a little bit confused at the left back situation, because it does seem now that Stuart Dallas will be that rotation option at left back, with Leif Davis going out the door and Niall Huggins not being favoured. So, yeah, slightly confusing in terms of what's exactly going on with that left back position. But yeah, with Conor Gallagher, I've never been 100% sure on it. It's the pay, it's where he'd fit in. I like his pressing. His pressing is very good, but I don't like his goal return for a number 8. I don't think it's good enough. He's only young, so that would only have improved. But yeah, I think there's still holes in his game, which would have taken a long time for Bielsa to sort out, and then he'd have been gone back to Chelsea. So yeah. But the next rumour on the mill, guys, apparently Leeds United open talks to sign Lewis O'Brien at Huddersfield Town. Now, this is an interesting one. Lewis O'Brien, really good player. Obviously, you guys know that I cover Yorkshire clubs as well for my job, not only Leeds. I can exclusively tell you that he's an excellent player, very good ball control, very good at carrying the ball as well, very press resistant as an individual. You know, you'll get 3 or 4 players trying to, squeeze him and press up on his touch. And he's very good at alleviating that. He's very good at getting past that. Very technically gifted as well, only 22 years of age. And apparently sources are saying that apparently preliminary discussions have taken place over a potential deal for Leeds United and Lewis O'Brien. Obviously, with him being out of contract, this would be a big blow to Huddersfield Town. But yeah, that's dependent on whether or not Leeds United wait the 12 months for his contract to expire. But apparently Huddersfield are demanding a significant price for their prize asset, who graduated from their academy last year, but O'Brien is out of contract at the Terriers next year, even though they have the option to extend that deal by 12 months. So Leeds might even wait 12 months to see that one out, to be honest. Okay, next news on the mill. Yangel Herrera, the Manchester City central midfielder. It looks like Leeds are moving on with that, according to a couple of reports this morning. Now, this is something that we've spoken about so many times on the Room Mill. A lot of people have turned around and they've been like, oh, well, Conor Gallagher, they'll be gutted about Conor Gallagher. Leeds will be sat there on the haunches, sat there, wow, how did we not get that? No chance. Leeds United will have known about Crystal Palace's interests over a month ago. Leeds United will have moved on in terms of looking at contingency plans for Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher might have been second in the list. He might have been third in the list. They might have not had an opportunity to be able to go for this player. But it looks like Leeds United are looking now for £20.4 million to spend on Yangel Herrera, the Manchester City 23-year-old central midfielder who's been on loan at Huesca and Granada. He's got some decent returns. I think he's had 82 appearances overall in those loan spells and got 10 goals. So, listen, he looks like a good player. He's still on Manchester City's books, which is a big indicator of the sort of player he is. He's an international midfielder for Venezuela as well. So it all looks like this one is weirdly coming to a conclusion with the central midfielder. I think the central midfielder will be done in the next week. It will be done in the next week for me. So, Leeds United are ready to pay $20.4 million to sign Manchester City midfielder Yangel Herrera this summer, according to El Gol Digital, amongst other Spanish articles. The Spanish news articles claim everything indicates that he will be a Leeds United player, despite interest from Atletico Madrid, after the 23-year-old impressed for 2 seasons on loan away from Manchester City. It's understood that, according to the source very close to the club, Herrera would like to stay in the Premier League and play under Marcelo Bielsa. Which, is one of those things that we know. He is he is that next one, isn't he? Marcelo Bielsa is the player, is the manager that buys all the interest from all of these players. That's why it's interesting with Conor Gallagher, that he's been around the facilities, he's toured round, and he's chose Palace. And that's no disrespect to Palace, but I just think Leeds' blueprint and Leeds' pamphlet, if you will, of playing for Leeds United and what you can achieve and how you can be here. And you can potentially win things in the future. I just think that would be so much more significant than what Palace would be able to offer. So Luke Hatfield, who is a very good journalist, he's been on the One Leeds channel before, who works at the Express and Star, has given his verdict on winger Adama Traore. Luke said that Traore would not be a fit for a Bielsa side. Traore has been heavily linked with a move to Ellen Road this summer, with 90 Min reporting that the Yorkshire club are considering making a bid for the player. And Luke's come out and essentially said that Traore doesn't have the requirements at all to fit into this Bielsa side. And that's something we've said. That's something we've said from the start, isn't it, with regards to Traore? Yeah, it'd be a good signing. I think Bielsa would be able to work wonders on him. How long would that take? Would he be able to fully mould into this Bielsa side as well and get up to the standard quickly? I don't think so. And I also think Traore would be looking at other places. If Leeds came in for him, he'd be looking at who's next, who's going to be that team, who's going to come in for him in a year's time. I think he's always looking past clubs like Leeds. Genuinely, I think he would be looking at clubs like past Leeds. Liverpool have got an interest in him as well. If Leeds were to improve him for a year, would Traore have the loyalties to stay at Leeds and not go to Liverpool? If Liverpool then came in with a cash bid, I don't think so. So yeah, it's a very weird rumour mill this morning, guys, in terms of where I am, in terms of me holding the mic, but in terms of just some of the players we've been talking about as well. The Conor Gallagher thing is it's an interesting one, isn't it? A real interesting one. because publicly it's probably the first time Leeds have been rejected in terms of two teams going for one player. But yeah, for one, I am not worried at all. I'm not bothered. In all fairness, I just like talking about Leeds United and the targets and what I think is going to happen. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you check out the Blue, White and Yellow, a Leeds United podcast, which is available on all of your podcast providers as we speak. Really good episode this week. We go in depth on everything, including the Jean-Kevin Augustin situation, which you will get an update on, including all the transfers, all the latest news from inside Ellen Road. So make sure you check that out, guys. Please like and comment on the video. Let me know what you think on the rumours that we've spoken about this morning on the Mill. It's Friday. Is it Friday? It is Friday, yeah. God, it's been a long one, hasn't it? It's been a long week. It's Friday, nearly the weekend. Hope you're happy and healthy. And guys, I will probably see you tomorrow with another Room Mill. See you in a bit.